Welcome back to the final installment of World Rhino Week, where in this video I will be talking about the Javan rhino, currently the most vulnerable rhinos, with all animals being restricted to just one population. I hope you enjoy. Javan rhinos, sometimes known as lesser one-horned rhinos, are smaller in size than the related Indian rhinos, being closer in size to black rhinos. They can reach lengths of 2 to 4 meters, heights of 1.4 to 1.7 meters, and weights of around 900 to 2,300 kilograms. A big disparity given how there has been no study yet done to collect accurate measurements. Like the Indian rhino, they possess a single horn, with the horn being the smallest of all extant rhinos, usually being less than 20 centimeters in length, with females interestingly lacking a horn, remaining hornless into adulthood, although they may develop a small bump of an inch or two in height. Similar to the other browsing species of rhino, they possess a long pointed upper lip, which assists in grabbing food. Their lower incisors are long and sharp like the Indian rhino, and use these teeth to inflict deep wounds on rivals or on potential threats. They differ from Indian rhinos in that they are smaller, possessing smaller and less defined neck folds and texture, although due to Javan rhinos being relatively poorly known, they have been confused on several occasions, even in zoos. While being quite poorly known, Javan rhinos are usually solitary, except for females with calves or during courtship, although groups were known of before their dramatic decline. In spite of their apparent preference for feeding on vegetation without tall trees, Javan rhinos still seem to be dependent on forest cover, as they provide protection against solar radiation, making water supplies less subject to sudden fluctuations, and being a source of many saplings which can be eaten. As such, the optimal habitat therefore appears to be a mosaic of glades interspersed with patches of forest. Once the most widespread of Asian rhinos, ranging from the islands of Java and Sumatra throughout Southeast Asia and into India and China, they faced significant decline, particularly for their horns for traditional medicine, but also from the rise of unregulated European trophy hunting. Agriculture and development are also up there, as well as the impacts from the Vietnam War, which wrought havoc on the areas where these animals lived due to the use of napalm, defoliation, and aerial bombings. They are now only found in Ujung Kulon National Park at the western tip of Java, which since the eruption of Krakatoa in 1883 has provided a haven for wildlife. Declared a legally protected species, they are still poorly known, with researchers using camera traps and fecal samples to gauge health and behaviour. There has been no poaching in the area for more than 25 years, and as such, with the population concentrated in one area, have gradually increased over time. The remaining animals are however still vulnerable, as while their habitat is not a limiting factor overall, the remaining habitat is not large enough to allow for significant future growth, which can lead to inbreeding and a loss of genetic variability and disease. And the small area is also vulnerable to natural disasters, with a tsunami in 2018 thankfully not affecting the rhinos, but showing how vulnerable they can be. Future conservation efforts seek to establish new populations in suitable habitats, and with the recent arrival of 2 new calves, bringing the population up to 74 individuals, the future is bright for these animals if these efforts pay off. With that, I hope you enjoyed World Rhino Week, and that you are now more caught up with and invested in the plight these animals face, what they are like, and what is being done to save them. If you want to further support rhino conservation, there is a donation link in the description and in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be.